Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to another interesting video. In case you're coming across me for the first time, my name is Grace. Do well to subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that YouTube can notify you each time I upload a new video. In today's video, you're going to learn how to make this beautiful gown from start to finish. The only difference here is my client opted for this beautiful gown without this circle design. But if you are interested in making it with this circle design, you need to cut three different size of circle design, place it at the front and stitch it down before you close up this side. But for this particular tutorial, I won't be attaching this circle design because the owner of this dress actually said I should not include this circle design. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. I start by folding my material into two. I fold it by the width into two, completely into two. So if you don't understand how I fold this material, just wait in a minute. You are going to get to understand it because I will be adjusting this dress for you to see what I'm doing. The next measurement I'm taking now is the length of my gown. The length of this gown is 41 inch plus 1.5 inch for stitching allowance. Okay, so before I take the length of this gown, I actually, at the edge of this material, I actually come down by 1 inch to have a starting line. Okay, I like to have a starting line, and from that starting line I mark the length of my gown. Okay, this starting line is also a shoulder line. Our shoulder measurement is 8.5. Half of our shoulder measurement is 8.5 because our shoulder is 17 inch. Half of 17 is 8.5. I mark that point. For the width of the neckline, I make use of 4 inch, and for the depth of my front neckline, I make use of 5 inch. I slope our shoulder by 1 inch and I connect it back to the width of the neckline, and I also add half inch for stitching allowance. So from this shoulder slope line, I'm marking how open I want the sleeve to be. So I'm marking 11 inch. This 11 inch I'm marking has also become our bust point. Now I'm dividing our bust circumference into 4. Place it at this new line and add 3 inch extra for sewing allowance. So what I'm doing next now, I'm measuring my what I have at this bust point. I'm going to take it, you can see the way I fold the tape. I'm going to take it down to the end of it and place that same measurement. I'm also placing that same measurement at the middle of this gown because I'm working with a short ruler. Okay, and I will connect it on a straight line. Guys, sorry I didn't notice that my camera went off. This is how you are supposed to curve it. You just give it a blend curve like this, very small, or you can use your pattern master to curve it out.
Also note that the 3 inch we added, 1 inch is for sewing allowance, while 2 inch is for the east.
After that, I'm connecting this shoulder slope line back to this bust point. That will serve as our sleeve open. And because I will be using this to cut my back piece, so I've added the depth of my back piece, which is 2 inch, and I will be cutting it out. Okay, this is all for making of this beautiful gown. Very simple and very easy. Take note of the way I'm folding my material, guys. I told you, just wait in the minute, you're going to see. This is how I fold the material. Now after cutting the front piece, I'm placing my front piece on top of my back piece. Okay, I make sure that the folded edge align. Okay, so I'm cutting exactly what I have right now. Okay, remember we have not yet cut our front neckline, so it's important we cut first our back neckline, after which we are going to cut the front neckline. Okay, so after cutting the back piece, we will remove the back piece and keep it aside. Okay, and work with our front piece. For the front piece, I'm going to trim in the neckline like this as shown. Okay, so moving on, the next thing I'm cutting now is the facing. You can see me putting a tiny piece underneath it. I'm tracing out the neckline. I trace out small shoulder line and I cut it off this way. I've been doing detailed tutorial on this channel on how to cut detailed tutorial on the facing. Just check it out. Check some of my video, you're going to see it. So I'm now cutting the facing for the back the same way. It's very simple. And this is how I'm going to place it, and I will stitch it down. I will stitch it, flip it and top stitch on the facing as shown. Make sure that all the seam allowance is toward the facing, not the main dress, and you top stitch, guys. After doing this, at this point there was no light. I have to use my B6000 gum to gum down this facing so that it won't be moving around. Okay, if you have like, I will advise you use aiming gum, okay, to gum it down. Moving on to our pocket now. I fold my material into four because I will be cutting the four pocket, I mean the two pocket for the two side at once. After cutting it this way, I will have four piece. So I mark 7 inch to be a guide because that is how wide I want the pocket to be. After which, you can see me placing my hand like this and stress out the shape of my hand, and I'm cutting it out. It's very important you do it the way I do because it's very simple this way. So moving on to our dress, though you forget to mark where our pocket will be, but we are going to mark it now. Okay, from the shoulder line come down to our waist measurement. Our waist is 17. Okay, so I'm notch that 17 measurement. Okay, I mark that 17 measurement for both the front piece and the back piece. My pocket is going to start from this 17 measurement. Okay, and I'm going to stitch it down. After stitching it down, I'm going to flip it, making sure that the seam allowance is toward the pocket, and I will top stitch on it. After top stitching on it, I'm placing my back piece on top of my front piece now because I will be turning my shoulder line. This is how I like to turn my shoulder line. I make sure that I flip one facing. I make sure that the two facing are touching each other. Okay, after stitching down the shoulder, I'm going to stitch down my shoulder slope line like this, fold my sleeve opening, and I will close this side. It's very simple. After closing this side, I'm going to aim the down of this gown. Don't worry guys, I'm going to still bring it back. I've stitched down the shoulder. I've also stitched down my shoulder line. Before I aim this my sleeve opening, okay, I fold it by 1/2 inch and further fold it by 1/2 inch, and I aim it down. Can you see it? I have also closed the side, close it back, get to the pocket side. I actually close the side by 1 inch. Okay, once I get to this pocket side, I reduce the seam allowance to 1/2 inch. All right, and continue. After I pass the pocket, I will continue with 1 inch. That is exactly what I did. So I'm going to be flipping this dress to the right side. In order to do that, I'm notching the armhole of this dress. Please ensure that you are very careful in this part. Be sure that you are very careful in this part. Okay, carefully notch the armhole like 2 or 3, so that after iron it, you get a very neat finishing work. So guys, I end up having a remaining material for this dress. I don't know, I need to take it and iron it out, remove this label and iron the dress as well, because I will be taking it like this to her in case she will be making use of her leftover material for this, for a chow. If not, I could have aimed this the leftover piece for a tie, but she might not be using a tie in this. Maybe make use of it to sew for her kids. And this is all for making of this dress. Thank you so much for watching till the very end, and do well to subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell so that YouTube can notify each time I upload a new video. And I would like to stop here for now. I will say bye bye.